Welcome back, friends. This is Solomon Jagwe. I'm back with another quick insight, and today we're looking at some amazing new examples from OpenAI with Sora. So these new examples are with those artists that were given advanced, access to Sora, and this is the first time that we actually see content, like longer content, first of all, but also with in the hands of artists and creators. So this is incredible, like about Bunny Amadillo. This is amazing. And now I'm trying to pay attention to the left and right legs to see if that has been fixed, because in previous videos and some previous samples that were shared by OpenAI, you could see like when a character is moving, the character will be like the legs will be switching back and forth, especially the front legs, the left and right. And so that's why I'm looking at here. So I'm going to go through some other examples that I've been looking at. It's amazing how far they've come in such a short period of time. And let's go ahead and look at some other examples. So this particular one was from Don Allen Stevenson III. He's a digital AR and XR artist, and he started his career at DreamWorks. So they're giving these people, the artist advanced access, but clearly someone who has worked at DreamWorks would have a very good insight. So let's go back to the very first one at the top that has been making the news. This one here, Airhead, right? So what's amazing, let me go ahead and switch the quality to high, and let's expand this. So this is like a real short film that you can actually see someone using Sora to make a short film titled Shy Kids, right? So, there's still some issues that you see here and there, but it's amazing how it's able to render, this is supposed to be the head of the character, but it's amazing how they were able to put together this whole scene, the reflection. Look, the head is missing, but it's tracking really well inside of the car, him walking. So it's amazing. I've been excited about this because I really wanted to see what other artists are creating using Sora, but this is really good. And the concept of just using a balloon to direct the story from beginning to end is really amazing. And the fact that Sora is able to generate the subsurface scattering inside of the balloon to reflect the environment is really on point, right? And so let me go ahead and check another example out. So this one is based in Toronto. Shy Kids are a multimedia production company who utilize Sora for their short film about a balloon man. So I'm wondering, right now, when it comes to like film festivals, I think we definitely have to be on the lookout that you're going to be required to declare if your film was made with AI or not, right? Because I don't think it's going to be fair to compete against people who have used like regular, handheld hardware like cameras to something that was just rendered using just prompt, right? So that's Airhead. And then there's this one from Paul Trillo, a director. They say Paul Trillo is a multidisciplinary artist, writer, and director whose work has earned him accolades from outlets. Oh, come on, mouse. Let's go back. So given to the best, okay, on Vimeo. So let's see what Paul was able to create. Again, let's get the quality up and expand this. So his is more of like a fast-paced fly through, almost like a drone shot. It's dizzying, but the quality is still amazing, like the reflections within those panels on this character. And then like a disco ball, transition to a disco ball. It's amazing. Yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think of this technology. And if any of you have ever been given access, I've not gotten access yet. I wish I was one of these people that were testing it out, because I'm very curious about what you're able to do with it, right? But these are examples that we're starting to see from these different creators and directors. So look at that. That is horrifying, though. So yeah, it's a lot of like abstract kind of creations from this director, and maybe that's his style, like wanting to create like things that are flying through the air and things like that, right? So this one is not my cup of tea, but again, it's one of those examples that were shared. So well done, Paul. I don't know if you can say well done, but I guess it's Sora. So that's Paul's work. And then there's Nick Kleverov, creator, director, and native foreign. So it's an Emmy-nominated creative agency from Los Angeles. So this is an actual company specializing in brand, storytelling, motion and title design, and generative AI workflows. The co-founder, Nick Kleverov, who is using Sora to visualize. Okay, let's see what Nick and his team were able to create. Again, let's go to quality and expand. This one is short, and I like the black and white. So it's more like a classic piece, but it's amazing. The lens work, the simulation, the detail. And I can't help but think about the interview that the CTO of OpenAI was given, where she talks about the source of all the data sets that were taken to create these amazing creations. I think they mentioned something about, they asked about Facebook, they asked about YouTube. So it's amazing to see where all this is coming from. Let's go down to August Camp. Is a musician, researcher, and creative artist, and a multidisciplinary artist. So let's see what August Camp was able to create. Quality, got all the way up and expand. So I guess this is more like, again, abstract. Yeah, so I mean, this quality of this particular video, maybe it was intended to look like it was like from an old, show of some kind. Reminds me of the landing on the moon, kind of. Okay. All right. That's one of them. And so that is Josephine Miller. Is a creative director. Is the co-founder and creative director of London-based Aura Studio, specializing in the design of 3D visuals, augmented reality, and digital fashion. All right, let's check out what Josephine was able to create. Let's go to quality high, and let's see. Now this is amazing. This is amazing. And this is actually underwater generation. Now, so here's the thing. This kind of footage, I don't know where the source could be, because I don't know if anything has ever been shot like this with this kind of texture underwater. So the fact that Sora is able to combine the material, the whatever prompt that they used, and the people that are underwater, and actually this one looks actually like they're wet. The skin has water on it, but this is amazing. It's able to wrap, the texture around the characters or the individual, the subjects. Now, this is impressive. This is very impressive. That is amazing. Well done, Josephine. So you can see where people are applying their, creativity, thinking out, what could a video like this be like in terms of fashion design. This is going to make a major impact on when it comes to fashion and design. All right. And then we saw this one, and that was for Dawn. And let's look at Alex Ribbon, a sculptor, artist, and OpenAI's artist in residence. Okay, so I didn't even know this was possible. Apparently, OpenAI has an artist residence, right? So Alexander Rubin is an artist who has spent the last decade creating work that explores the humor and absurdity of human nature in artificial intelligence. Alex has been creating sculptures that originate from AI-generated imagery, manually transforming those AI creations into 3D models, materials in the physical world. So this is interesting. So they used AI, and then they were able to take whatever was created with AI and then make a physical model out of it. So let's take a look at this one. So it gets like oh my gosh, come on. Okay, let's expand that. So this is amazing that the fact that he's able to take AI generations and then make them into actual physical objects, right? That's almost like Gaussian splatting. Yeah. And I guess it's going to come to a point where, again, the question is who created the art? Is it AI or is it the artist? Right? Because if AI made that, does the artist have copyright over that? I wonder about those. Those are questions that we're going to be grappling with. But again, guys, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm just sharing these new samples that were made available by OpenAI. These are artists, creators, creative directors from across the industry, covering like individuals to studios, and they were able to show this how they've been using Sora. I think it's impressive to see how other people are using Sora to create this kind of creations, even from digital to physical. It's impressive. And the more I think about this technology, I think I continue to see that it's not going anywhere. This is gonna become part of our daily life when it comes to us as artists. So I do want to get my hands on Sora to see what else I can, because now I'm trying to think of, when these tools become prevalent, and they're available to us to use, we're gonna have to find a way of, using them to tell our stories. And I'm hoping that this can still be done ethically, and if any data set was used that was not publicly available, or it was not someone didn't give permission to these companies, that artists would still be compensated for their contribution to the data sets that were used in these creations. But overall, I think we're seeing Sora actually maturing and becoming like a source of like a tool that artists are using across the spectrum in the world, all over the world. So this was again from Sora first impressions. We've gained valuable feedback from the creative community, helping us to improve our model. So I'm hoping that all these artists are on our side as artists, kind of sharing the concerns that we have as creators, and so that they can actually do this ethically, because that's the ultimate goal, is that we as artists, if these tools are going to be replacing our jobs, please compensate people for any data sets that you use to create some of these works. Anyway, so thank you for joining me, guys. Again, the one that we started with was this amazing one right here. And I love nature. I am a big fan of wildlife conservation. But so when I look at this, I'm thinking about wildlife, what the source of the videos were. Like a cat that is an eel, that is eel. It's like sick, kind of like as a anyway. But this is what I've been looking at, and I think it's pretty impressive to see how this platform is getting better and better, and how it's able to people are able to use it to create things like a giraffe flamingo, a combination of a flamingo and a giraffe. It's amazing. Thank you again for joining me today, guys. As always, stay blessed. Don't give up on your dream. Please don't give up on creating, and keep your eye up. Look on the horizon and see what else is coming up, and find a way to tell your stories, because I know these artists are going to use these tools. We might as well learn how to use them ourselves. And Sora, I think, is starting to talk to people in Hollywood. So we're going to see a lot of these things are implemented in Hollywood. Now, when it comes to film festivals, that's going to be a challenge as well, to see how we're going to be able to balance or compete against it. So I hope the criteria will be kind of outlined, so people are not feeling left out. Film festivals used to be for filmmakers and creators, and now it's going to be overwhelmed with creations from Sora and other AI platforms. And I think now, even on YouTube, you're actually required to declare whether what you've created is made using AI or not. So when you do that, your video is going to be labeled on YouTube. And I think Facebook is probably going to follow suit. And I'm not sure about TikTok. I don't know if TikTok will be banned at that time or not. But anyway, so that's where we're at. So again, thank you so much for joining me today. I was just sharing with you some of these new Sora samples that are being made available by OpenAI, covering a range of disciplines and people from different parts of the world who have been given access and early access to Sora and be able to create like, okay, flying pigs, of course. Oh, what an amazing time to be alive, guys. It's challenging to think about, what else is going to be in store, but we have to be, I think we have to evolve as artists for sure. Let me know what you guys think about this technology, what you're doing if you're an artist, how you're, handling this whole change in the industry. And I would love to hear from you and get some insights on how my fellow artists are handling this technology. Thank you so much, guys, and stay blessed.